Hmm, where to begin? Well, since it's not my favorite song of all time, maybe album? No, because it says, tell us about your first ever, what got you into metal music? What made you like metal music? All right, let's see. So Metal Amino did this. All right, let's see. Well, it would all have to say, I'd have to say it started with Pantera Vulgar Display of Power. I was an impressionable young man. The year is 1994, and my older sister had this boyfriend that had an older brother that was really into the metal scene, and he had Vulgar Display of Power. His brother took it from him, and then he's like, hey man, yeah, you can have this, check this out. And the first song I heard was This Love. And I remember, it's like, man, that's a really cool song. And I listened to the rest of the album, and I liked Hollow, A New Level, etc., etc., etc. Who didn't like Pantera in 1994? Although Vulgar Display of Power came out, 2 years before that. But it all stemmed back to that first picture that was on the screen, Kill 'Em All. Because in my heart of hearts, I knew in the bottom of my soul that Metallica was metal. I was like, Metallica, man. Like, when I was growing up, I was born in 1987, so I was born at the tail end of the 80s. And so I was too young to really get, like, the Poison stuff and all that good stuff, but my parents listened to Metallica a lot. My dad had Metallica vinyls. My mom listened to a little bit of Metallica. My dad gave me Metallica. And as the years progressed, I was listening to more and more metal bands like Machine Head or like new metal bands like Cold Chamber. I listened to, even for a little bit there, I was part of the Limp Bizkit crew, the Linkin Park crew, because in 2001 and 2000 and 2002, those were really cool bands. And at that time, the new metal scene or radio rock scene, that's what it was. But it still stemmed back, and it still stemmed back to this because Metallica, for me, was super important. And it all stemmed back to the album Kill 'Em All. Because Kill 'Em All is one album that I've always been able to listen to in its entirety from Hit the Lights all the way through. And obviously, there's a lot of great songs on there, but Seek and Destroy is my personal favorite. My journey through metal started in 1994, summer in 1994, I think. And it was then after that, after many years, in about 2004, I wanted to play guitar. I had a shitty job. I made $5.15 an hour, so I bought a First Act ME301, and it was a piece of shit. But at the time, it was metal as fuck with my shitty little 10-watt guitar amp that I bought in the pack for it. It was like $129 for this thing. This was a big purchase for me at that time. And later on, I bought an equally shitty guitar, which I still have, actually. It's a BC Rich Kerry King Warlock. I still have that one. One of these days, I'll get to fixing it. It's seen many a years, so it's over 10 years old. I've had it since 2005. So that's how long I've had that Warlock. But yeah, my metal journey, I'd have to say it started with Metallica. To be honest, it was Metallica that made it started all for me. One of the first metal songs I can recall hearing was "Seek and Destroy," and then it just kind of blew up from there. And I've expanded and grown since then. And I love all kinds of metal, from thrash to heavy metal to a little bit of death, a little bit of doom, some Norwegian stuff, all kinds of metal. I love it all. Sepultura, anybody and everybody. So this has been my metal journey. Let me know, what has been your journey of listening to metal?